Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. Today we're doing something overdone. We're doing a tier list of all the videos I've done this year on my main channel, Meatcanyon. And it looks like we have one video from the second channel as well. But I thought it'd be interesting. You know how many comments I get of people being like, what's your favorite video you've ever made? And the answer is none of them. It's like each one of them's like a stepson. I have no love for them. I put them to the side. I can't even look at them. Hey, can you come to my baseball game? No. That's how I look at each one of my videos. Anyways, let's go. Just wanted to also say I do have a PO box. I will put the address here, and I will also put in the link below. We've been getting awesome fan art in. I keep forgetting that we have like the PO box, so I don't check it a lot, but awesome fan art. I really enjoyed it. If you want to send me something that you've made, or you know, like $10,000 in cold hard cash, you can do that as well. I'm not going to say no, but anybody's interested, maybe if we get enough fan art, I can do a video of us showing it or premiering it up on the screen. So yeah, there it is. We have a little collection of videos here. We're not including Monster Lab in this. I have a little secret other video planned for this, but let's see what we get started here. Let's start with Kitty.
Fart in your panties and throw them by your closet.
Kitty was my first parody back during the beginning of the year. It was one of those videos where I came up with it in maybe like, I don't know, 5 minutes. It's all right. I put it in C, little C spot.
Dribble these cheeks, Bugs. Let's see how stinky those fingertips can get.
Let's roll back the clock a little bit to December of 2020. I just finished like one of the craziest years of my life. I was horribly burnt out then, feeling the pressure and feeling like I was putting this blame on my viewers of feeling like I was trapped in this realm. I make these things, people come in real quick, they don't really give a fuck about like what you're trying to say or who you are as a person. They just want to consume shit and then leave. And there's that line that I wrote at the end that was like, how can I quit when people love what you do so much? And I felt like I was in this realm where I was like, I should just be happy that people even want to watch my shit. And I still feel that way. Space Jam is like, it feels like a newer version of that, where it's more so I feel trapped in this realm of like, people kind of just want you to do the same thing over and over again. And I thought doing Wabbit season would make sense, since it's like the epitome of what made my channel a thing. But this time it's like Bugs is like trapped. You know, now he's trapped in this thing, this like cycle of kind of doing that, and people just want to hear the funny lines. And it's still one of those things of like, I feel like I've been here before. I've done this song and dance so many times that it feels like an imprisonment. Not that I feel, I hate that I've said not that I feel that way. I feel that way, I'm trapped, help! It was just a boiling point. And you're just, it's like so much stress from YouTube, and fucking Susan has her bullwhip out and she's like, upload! And whipping your back, and you're just like, And it's just the collection of just all these things of depression. You don't fucking eat right. You're unhealthy. You do all that. And then you're also trying to like creatively like overthrow and like do better cartoons every time. You're like trying to outperform every cartoon you ever make, which is just not possible. So it's a collection of all of those kind of thoughts rolled into one, into Wabbit season, which the new Space Jam would be terrible. So it felt like a good time to bring it back. Like all in all, like, it's a fine looking tune. I think it's cool. I think there was just things I wish I would have done differently with it. Maybe even just doing a new Wabbit season. Or initially I was just going to re-upload Wabbit season, but they all just have jerseys on instead, and it would be like a fun troll post. So maybe I should have committed to that. I'll say C.
I need more calcium.
Five Nights at Markiplier's was something that's like so stupid that it was like fun to make. I think it's always fun to combine mediums, so having 2D and 3D, and then also getting to work with Hulupi. 2D and 3D and working with Hulupi, that rhymed, hell yeah. But it was just like, it's just a fun experience. It was like one of those things that it all came together really fast. I feel like everybody kind of had fun working on it. It was very low stress. There was no like overarching narrative or something that I was trying to say or write or feel like I wrote this masterpiece. It was just all about like making a parody of this game, and Markiplier just wants to drink your milk. If I can do more of that in my life, I will try to. So we'll leave it there at B. Everybody asked why I did Q like that. Even Q himself asked why, or he saw the video and he's like, I don't know why he drew me like that. I was doing characters of everybody, and then when I got to Q, it just looked like like every white guy with a beard that I've ever seen. And it didn't look like uniquely like him. Probably I just need to work on my characters more or figure that out. But for the meantime, I just thought it would be funny if it was just a big white blob with a Q hat. And you're like, oh, that's Q. So I would say it's probably like one of my weaker tunes this year. I probably put it in a D. Just like it was okay. Like it's fine. I don't think I've ever rewatched that. I think I uploaded it and that's about it.
Waterform attack!
If you follow my podcast at all, Cream Crew, we've talked about Demon Slayer a couple times, and it's like something that's like so fucking massive. Like it's crazy. And I don't really understand the giant appeal to it. Like it feels like a very like typical, anime. But it was just like, I don't know, it was fine. I made his nose big, and that was the the big joke. It has one of my some fun animated sequences in it, but I think all in all, I'd probably give it like a D. I think it's probably one of the weaker ones I've done this year.
When I think about going to heaven, it makes me just so happy. I want to go there so bad. I want to see my grandma and my grandpa. My youth pastor says they're waiting for me.
In an attempt to kind of branch out of even parodies and like just normal content that I do, I did this channel specifically to take some of the weight off of the main channel, but then also like build myself up as a personality. So it's like, it feels like there's a soul behind things that are being made, that there's a person and it isn't just like a corporation. And I just felt like I was like, I need to put myself out there more. So I thought a story time would be funny, and to take a real story, but amplify it in a way that would fit the horror theme a bit more. It wasn't a parody, so it wasn't something that people immediately knew, but it performed well, and it was something that, once again, that like elevating the combination of mediums of 2D and 3D, and being able to do this seamless, like you're a POV in a 3D world, and you're walking through this house, this environment, with these 2D characters that are interacting with you. I just love the aesthetic of it. Jack Gatto, also I think his name is Taterman. He did an awesome job with the 3D Markiplier world building thing and this camera movement. So if you like him, check him out. Good stuff. I'm gonna put that as an A. I was happy with that one. Also, I just look darn cute in that. I look darn cute sitting in my little chair telling my story.
Oh my God! Oh God! Oh Jesus! Oh God! No! Are you okay? Yes!
Do not be afraid. I've ascended to another plane.
I just remember the beginning of the year, I think I made this in February? Maybe? But around this time, Tommy in like Minecraft stuff was trending with like 50, like it felt like hundreds of thousands of tweets. That's definitely an over an exaggeration, but still it was just like every day you're like, my God. So it's these people who are worshiping them like fucking gods. So obviously I was like, this is like a new religion. And that's kind of where that first thought process came from, where it was like, oh, Minecraft is its own religion now. And how would somebody transcend into like being a regular person who's playing Minecraft for fun, and then all of a sudden they have tens of millions of fans and people talking about them and worshiping them? How do you transcend into that? How do you transform from a regular person to a god? And that was kind of where I started. So all in all, it was awesome. I really love the crucifixion scene. If you haven't seen the video, it's very beautiful. Molly Wright, she does my comp work with the lighting and stuff. It's very bright. And I remember telling her that like in the real world, I wanted to be like really desaturated, kind of like it has like this yellow kind of, or like almost earwax kind of look, brown, kind of lifeless. But in the Minecraft world, it's very like bright and imaginative, and it's supposed to feed into that kind of like Lego process, or that like world building process that people have in that game, where it's like so like idolized and shit. I'd put the Passion of the Craft video, I put it as solid B. I think like the video was short, and like maybe I think the writing could have been a little better once again on me, so we'll see.
Don't fucking touch me! How many more rings do I have to wear for you to understand? God damn it!
Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl was just like a super last minute thing. We made it really quick. I mean, it's just like such a petty joke where it's just a father who loves his son and he kisses him on the lips. Do I amplify this? Yeah. This particular video, which makes it so special to me, which it will be landing in the S tier. Okay, this is cream of the crop, was that it got my Instagram deleted, I had a TikTok with like almost 1 million fucking followers, deleted. And it was age gated almost immediately. But the best part of it all is I released it before the Super Bowl, and then he won the Super Bowl. So it's like a fortune teller thing, while also just completely destroying all of these social medias that I have built up so hard. So if you feel bad for me, feel free to follow my new Instagram and my new TikTok if you want. I really don't post a lot to TikTok, but Instagram, I like Instagram. I fucks with it. Metaverse, Mark Zuckerberg, I love you. Thank you.
Can you tell me why you decided to get into the lasagna again? Tell me why you thought that would be okay! Meow, meow. I'm sorry, John.
Adam Ruins Everything did a video, or he recommended Martyrs to me, which is this fantastic French like thriller horror movie. It's just a really fucking crazy movie. You just don't know where it goes. I loved it. So I wanted to like use this influence from Martyrs and feel like Garfield is actually just like a regular fucking guy. The big part about it was it's a comic strip where Garfield thinks, or he talks out loud to himself, but John can't hear it, but John like talks to Garfield. So I wanted it to be that like John would be that's the voice for everybody. So he's talking to him, but Garfield's not talking back, but he's like having these conversations in his head with him. He's very bipolar. He's all over the place. He is perceived in the real world way, which is like the style of the comics, but in his house, he is perceived in a totally different light. So there's like 2 different style changes I thought was fun. Just like some fun world building, beautiful lighting and comp work once again by the team. Some fun animation. I really enjoyed that one. It was a fun acting experience. So I would put that at an A.
Go on and get yourself one. Better spit on those fingers. These old hedges aren't getting any younger.
You know, a lot of people say that every single one of my tunes has like sexual tension, where it's about like rape or sexual abuse or something. And Gumballs in the Park, I feel like one thing I never did was like how uncomfortable like workplace sexual harassment can be, or workplace harassment in general, of like the power struggle between the two. And I just thought that was a kind of a fascinating topic. So it's one of those things, if you know, could you make something like disturbing and gross out of this? You know, granted, is it the most inspired thing? No, but it was something where I really love those designs. Just because it is a rehatch thing, I mean, I'd probably put it D, just because I don't think that my writing on that one was the best. I thought the script was kind of fun, but I certainly don't want to be known as just a guy who does nothing but sexual, weird stuff like that. Have I put myself in that situation? Probably, but I feel like this year, at least, I have really tried to branch out and like put new meaning and new subject matter to what's important to me and what I think is interesting. So what do? I'm human.
Jeremy, stop him!
Hey, get off my girl! Don't touch her, bro! Let's go! The babies, they're everywhere.
The Baby was my best performing tune this year. I do not know why it did so well. The meme was just hot. I thought the meme was really funny. It was one of those things where the entire idea is, how does a meme spread? And around the time that I was like thinking about this, I was writing it, I was watching Zodiac at the same time. So the characters in the beginning of the tune are just a couple that get stabbed like 37 times. And then from there, it's like creating some fun backlore. Like, is the baby something like The Thing, which is like my favorite movie of all time, where it's like maybe it came from space and we don't know where it came from, but it's this thing that multiplies and it takes shape and form, and it's just this like virus that spreads and stuff. It uses like, some alien influence in there as well, where their head splits open and a baby pops out and they actually impregnate you, and that's how you get transformed. And it was a fun way of describing like somebody who reads a meme, they think it's funny and they participate in it. So it's just a virus of how a meme spreads. I would put it up in an A. I mean, it is just like a stupid joke, whatever. I mean, I don't know, but it has like one of my favorite animations of this year. Jacob Radux, his name is also Voodoo Jin online. He's amazing. He did the animation of the car transforming, and it's just so fucking beautiful. And it's like fun and bubbly, and like it's just like, it's hard not to smile for me when I look at it, of the car going over the hills, and it has great motion. I just love that fucking animation so much.
no.
Biggest thing about it, I've already said this in another video, it's a King Midas parallel where everything it touches turns to grease. I thought it was very beautiful. With these parodies I do of creators themselves, I never try to be malicious towards them. It's never supposed to be like me grandstanding them or trying to be this moral compass for them. It's always just supposed to tell a narrative that is inspired by them, their content, or whatever, but it's always just supposed to be something that's fun. I'm not trying to preach you anything. I'm not trying to convince you of anything besides just having a good video to watch that is inspired. And whenever it is inspired and it feels like it's coming directly from a person, I think it hits harder and it means more to people, which is fun as well. The score alone, I'd put this at an A. I thought that this tune was beautiful. Beautiful background work, great animation. It was really difficult. We started really late on this one, so we had to really scramble and hurry. But the music by Alex Walker Smith, he did a beautiful score. I absolutely loved it. It elevated the entire piece. Blue's Clues, I thought was just a beautiful looking cartoon. People were very upset by the ending. Very, very, very upset over a fictitious cartoon dog getting stomped. And I get that. People, you can show somebody getting fucking beheaded by ISIS, but God forbid you see a dog die. Blue, to me, once again, I was just in this horrible, depressive state. Didn't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm just struggling mentally very bad. And Blue was, in that cartoon, was the constant reminder that I needed to work. He's always there. I'm Steve. And then even all the inanimate objects around you too were like, hey, there's a clue, AKA, hey, you have to get to work. It's almost been 2 weeks. You got to re-upload. If you don't re-upload, then your algorithm's going to go down. Your analytics are going to go down. You're not going to be able to pay your rent. You're not going to be able to pay your bills. You have a wife. You have a dog. You have 2 dogs. You have this and that. So it's like these things, a feeling overwhelmed. And that's what this whole thing is supposed to be, that Blue is this thing of hey, I'm your cartoon. You need to make me. You need to figure me out. I know that when my channel fades, and it will, not everybody can be on top forever. Not everybody can be hip and cool forever. It's going to happen. I will look back at these times with clarity and be like, man, I really wish I would have just appreciated the times where I was making content or videos and I was branching out and being creative. And I wish that I wouldn't have focused on people who hated me or focused so much on how the video's doing and just kind of appreciated the process. And that's what the whole Blue's Clues cartoon is supposed to be. It's just that moment of clarity of seeing the thing for what it really is, but now it's too late because it's gone. You don't know what you got till it's gone. If I could play the song, I would, but it's copyright and Susan would bring down the hammer on me. So that's just what I wanted to say. It wasn't about just senseless dog killing, come on. All in all, I would honestly put that one, I'd put it at a B. I thought it was fun.
You can proudly say, I can count to 3.
I wanted to do something that was very simple, very straightforward, an homage to just classic horror of anticipation, building suspense, and then having that voice that comes in, I can count to 3. 1. Using the whole narration as a metronome that helps you, it kind of makes you want to tense up the seat a little bit, draws your attention in. At first I was trying to do something where it was the overstimulation of learning as a child. You have all these things like iPads and all these kind of things that are constantly trying to, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, ABC, 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 over and over again. But I found that it was getting too complicated and I felt like I wasn't really saying anything with my original idea. But I did like the idea of even more simple, I can count to 3. It's a children's thing that's supposed to be a children's program, but you learn to count by watching this family get killed by this psychotic version of another family member. All in all, I think it was something where it started really late. I kind of wish I would have done some other stuff. I'd leave it at C. It is what it is. It's a fun cartoon. I enjoyed it. I personally think out of this year, this was the only thing that I really, 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 really enjoyed making. It was just I just thought it was such a beautiful story. It was something where, not to fucking toot my own horn, but it just felt like something that felt inspired. in Japan, they had yokais, like household entities that, like, if you don't fluff your pillows, like your pillow will suffocate you, or like it's like all about these bad omens, about not like taking care of your place and like respecting your home where you live. There was something I found interesting with Bob the Builder that I thought was comparable to like Santa Claus. You know, he punished kids during this time, and it was like more of a crazy, like, evil figure. But then like Coke rebranded it to be this thing where he's like, I'm just a big happy guy, you know, very jolly, and I'm gonna give you gifts. And I kind of thought to myself, I'm like, what if Bob the Builder was like a yokai, but we have just repurposed him to be like this construction worker for children's television? And it kind of like clicked for me. I just was like, oh, that like feels fun. So then that way, when you watch it, I don't think that you're really ever like, why is this Bob the Builder? I feel like whenever he first comes in, you kind of feel that tension, that weird, like, that like thinning of air where you're like, oh shit, like it feels believable that he would be in this story. And I wanted to do certain things of like, it's not like he has a face or eyes. Like in the show, he has little beady black eyes, and he's like, ah. To me, I wanted his face to be like more as if it's made out of like porcelain, or it's like clay, and it would be something that he could like take off and like repair something of his walls. And I just think it has such a great ending and such a great like fun message of like, you know, you have to take care of your home. This guy who doesn't take care of his home is stripped of his family because he can't even take care of himself and stuff. So it's just beautiful, and I like the transition of like at the end, he's an older guy now, and he's still kind of just, he's broken his house down so the ghost will come back, but like the deed is done. So it just has like this fun, just really tragic, beautiful ending that I think not a lot of my cartoons get. I put Bob the Builder up at S for me personally. I love that cartoon so much.
Reach down here and grab me. I'm the last one.
I'm trying.
I taste the best.
Oh my god, holy shit, by the way. You know how many people were like, just tip the can upside down? No shit. God, like, do you not have fun with anything in your life? Why'd you just tip the can upside down, idiot? It's like, well, I guess let's just not make anything then. Let's make everything rational and fun. Duh. But I wanted to do this one last because my video coming out this week, it should be out this Sunday, is going to be homage to this video because it did really well. It's just really stupid and fun, and I enjoyed it. So I would put it in the fun, I'd put it in a fun B, because it's just, we made it in like, I think 2 days. Like, it's nothing special, but it's fun, but it's everything that I love with making cartoons, where it's just hanging out with friends and fucking having a good time and making shit. So this is my list of my cartoons. Here it is. You know, Monster Lab's finishing up in December. Last 2 episodes coming in December. We've been working on that for a year now. And then we got one more project that I don't want to unveil yet, but it will be out at the end of December. I think after this, I'm going to take like a break from the main channel for a while. I want to come back a little more inspired. I want to come back feeling like I've had time off and I don't resent making stuff for that channel. But we'll see. Like, if I'm inspired to make something, I'm going to make it, but I also don't want to feel like I'm trapped or anything, you know. This is my list. Feel free. I'll try to leave a link below. You can make your own, you know, and share it with your friends if you guys like my shit, or if, you know, you want to just hate, put all of it in whatever, fucking terrible tier or whatever. Do that as well. But thank you guys for watching so much. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you later. Kisses. Oh, wait, also,